This chair is so squeaky, so I'm sorry. I need to move this. The lighting's okay. I hope it's not super dark, but this is just what we're gonna have to do. This is a second trimester recap, and I'm now 30 weeks pregnant. I kind of was pushing this video off just because I was being lazy and didn't feel like filming it. And now being in my third trimester, I cannot wait to do a third trimester recap because so many things. So let's jump into the second trimester recap. If you watched my first trimester recap, you know that I was having some kind of weird symptoms, or symptoms that I just didn't think were pregnancy symptoms. Like, I didn't have the classic symptoms. Okay, I still took notes on my second trimester and trying to on my third trimester. I'm just not going week by week like I was the first one. So in the early stages of my second trimester, I started having some growing pains, like growing pains in my stomach or in my legs. My legs would be achy and crampy, and the stomach pains, I guess, were round ligament pains. I even was having Braxton Hicks contractions because I was a little bit dehydrated, so that can happen very early on if you're not hydrated. Might be TMI, but I did start to finally notice some boob growth, because in the first trimester I just expected it to be like, wow, rapid changes, but no, it's not like that. I started noticing in my second trimester, and then honestly, like even until maybe a few weeks ago, they kind of seemed like they were back to normal, like their normal size, and then now I can tell, okay, they are bigger, but I don't know if that's just from gaining some weight or if it's overall from pregnancy. Who knows? I don't think your boobs really start growing until like your milk comes in, and then they're like huge. Week 17 and 18, I said lots of lower stomach cramps, still no kicks, with a sad face. I was just thinking I would already feel kicks at this time, and now that I think back, I think I was feeling kicks. I thought they were gas bubbles all the time because I didn't know what kicks felt like, and they do at first feel more like gas bubbles. And so I remember feeling those in bed at night and being like, this doesn't feel like flutters. Everybody says flutters, but that is just so... To me, that wasn't the case. It was never flutters. It was like gas bubbles, and then bam, you just know it's kicks because you can like feel it. And then at week 19, I got my linea nigra line, which is like that dark line you get through your belly button. I got that at week 19, and it just came out of nowhere. I had taken a bath, got out, and noticed it. It was like it just popped up, and it's been there ever since. It's just gotten a little bit darker. I think this was the day before Thanksgiving or the day of Thanksgiving. I saw and felt her kick for the first time at once. Maybe I had just never felt her because she wasn't big enough, or I just wasn't noticing it. But this time I was laying in bed. I was about to start getting up and getting ready, and I was laying on my back so I could see my stomach, and I was just like, please, I want to see her kick. And I saw my stomach move, and I was like, there is no way, there's absolutely no way at week 19 that I just saw her and I haven't even felt her for the first time. So I put my hand there and I started feeling her. So shocked. It was the best day ever. I wrote week 19 and 20, hormones are hitting full swing. Had a breakdown over my coffee, and then everything else after that I cried over. I do remember this day, and other than this day, there's not been like days where I'm severely emotional. There's just days where I'm starting to feel a little bit more down, but that kind of is normal for me. So I don't know if it's just normal emotions. I'm not riding on like the just finding out I'm pregnancy high anymore, but there have been a few times where like it's like I can't get sad or like cry over something without it being like a full-on sob and weep, like hardcore hyperventilating type of cry. I can't just sit there and barely cry. It's full swing. So I try to not cry as much as possible because I just don't want to break out in a full moment, but sometimes I just have to. Week 21, I wrote back pain, bad round ligament pain. I feel achy. I have had back pain this whole pregnancy, not really like all day back pain. It's normally in the evenings. If I sit on the couch too long, I can't sit up in a position too long. My back will start just feeling so uncomfortable and achy, and then there's no way to relieve it. Like even if I try to lay down and get in a certain position, it's like once it's there for the rest of the night. But I have found that when I lay down and I lay on my side and I prop a pillow like flush against my back, that can kind of help. I actually gained quite a bit of weight in my first trimester compared to what other people do. Quite a bit is still not even much, but most people don't gain any weight during their first trimester because maybe they're sick or they're not having any symptoms yet. But I actually gained weight in my first trimester, and then my second trimester I gained hardly nothing, which is totally normal. Everybody's different, but I was just really shocked because normally it's your second trimester that people start gaining weight, but mine was kind of backwards. And then now it's been on uphill since I'm in my third trimester, but we'll get into that in the next video. I definitely think that I popped, like my stomach popped earlier than other people. Just from what I've heard and seen, everybody was acting like, oh my gosh, you're already showing. Like, I kind of got that from a lot of people, and I don't know if it was because I didn't have much of like anything poking out before. I mean, I don't know, but I was even asked like, oh my gosh, are you having twins? Are you sure you're not having twins? Which some people get so mad about, but I'm like, whatever. It doesn't really offend me because I know my belly's big, but also I'm growing a human and it doesn't offend me. If anything, I love my bump and I love the stomach. I will say it's been so much harder to dress at like the end of the second trimester, because once you actually start feeling bigger and like your bump is just, it does not fit into anything besides dresses, and even certain dresses don't look right. So that has been really hard to like dress it and still feel cute or put together. I've also just been trying to take lots of pictures and videos to remember this, because I just know I'm gonna miss it so much. And I highly encourage you, like even if you don't take pictures of yourself all the time or don't like pictures of yourself, just take the pictures. Like set up a tripod, take some pictures of your stomach, of you with it, just so you can have it to look back on, even if you don't post them anywhere. That's all for this video. I wanted to keep it super short and just kind of cover the basics and exactly what I wanted to cover, but also I cannot wait to talk to y'all about the third trimester, because some weird things have happened. I get hives now every single night. I cannot wait to tell you about that, because it is just bizarre, and I still don't know what it is. I take medicine for it every single day and it puts me to sleep, so I hope it's nothing to worry about. I've talked to the doctors. Anyway, we'll get into that the next time. But if you had any weird second trimester symptoms, or if you had any of these similar ones, let me know, because it's so fun to talk to other people that are dealing with the same thing or in the same season of life as you. I cannot believe we are 10 weeks away from meeting her, if she doesn't come early. Oh wait, I'll give a little bump update to end the video. Here we are, which now I'm 30 weeks. I'm not even in my second trimester anymore, but this is just a little update so I can look back on and see, you can see the line. I also think my belly button's about to pop out too, but I'm not even gonna think about it. I'll talk to y'all next time. That was so cheesy. How do you end these? Bye. Bye bye.